Welcome to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. We're in the William Hill Sports Bar at Monmouth Park Racetrack. Sports betting is going to start here very soon. We'll find out exactly when we talk to the CEO and chairman of Monmouth Park Racetrack, Dennis Drazin. Also on today's show, it is one of the biggest issues in the state, school funding. We'll talk to superintendents who desperately need more money. Also, you might start getting charged if you want to use a plastic bag at the grocery store. We'll talk about a possible new law. And the royal wedding that everybody's talking about will reminisce to another royal wedding that included a Hollywood star. And Jerry Cooney, the original Rocky, now fighting for kids. And now, our interview with Dennis Drazin, the CEO and chair of the Monmouth Park Racetrack. So I want, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's nice to be back again.
Let's go back to earlier this week when the ruling happened. I know from the last time I interviewed you months ago that you expected this. You still had to have some excitement when the ruling happened. Take me to that moment.
Certainly, a moment of joy. It was a time in my life when, notwithstanding the fact that I fully expected this, I predicted victory since the Supreme Court arguments. As the weeks led up to this, I even went so far as to say, hey, I'm not giving you a 1968 Super Bowl Joe Namath guarantee, but I'm pretty darn close to that. And I knew we'd win. I didn't know which way we'd win, because there was more than one possibility, but I knew we'd have victory.
It is important to the area, to New Jersey, to the racetracks, but it's much more far-reaching than that because of the way that the decision was written and handed down. This has a ripple effect through the entire country. This is in many ways a constitutional shift. Did you expect that? Did you expect it's almost a mania that's happened afterwards on what this could mean, this ruling?
We absolutely expected this. So as the months went by and the media was reacting and the citizens were reacting about what's taking so long, this is a simple case, can you do sports betting or not? It was much more substantial than that. We always knew that if the Supreme Court declared PASPA unconstitutional, there were going to be far-reaching repercussions, and this is a victory for states' rights and the way that the United States Supreme Court views states' rights, and it's important with issues of federalism, 10th Amendment. There are so many legal concepts that we probably don't have time to get into all of them. You know, every state now wants in on sports betting. So you're going to see states throughout the country enacting legislation. Some have already started the process. Some may need constitutional changes. But at the end of the day, there may be some states that say, you know, we don't believe in sports betting, but the majority of states are going to be looking to capture a revenue share and permit sports betting. It may look differently from state to state, but here in New Jersey, this is a great victory for the state of New Jersey. And
you expected the other states. I remember from the last interview, you put that into your estimates when you were estimating how much money you could make. You already knew that was going to happen, and you were, at the time, you seemed fine with that.
We always knew that this is a $400 billion industry, sports betting, mostly that was illegal and offshore. And the idea here is to bring the majority of that into a legal setting and regulated setting. And we always knew that there would be far-reaching complications, but we felt New Jersey's share of the entire sports betting market is about $10 billion of handle. So this is going to benefit New Jersey. They're going to tax it. They're going to make sure the money goes to the right place. The legislature is still working on all that. But at the end of the day, this is a victory for the entire state and the racing industry and the casino industry. It's going to give us all a lot more lifeblood to support our respective industries.
When I interviewed you last time, this was, again, months ago, you said we're going to be ready to go in 2 weeks. It doesn't sound like that 2 weeks is going to happen because there are some hurdles you have to get through. Maybe hurdles is too strong of a word, but there's some things, maturations you have to get through before you can go and start taking bets. Is that right?
So we're correct. We would be ready in 2 weeks, and we, in fact, will be ready in 2 weeks. So I have always said that if the governor, Senate president, Assembly Speaker, or legislature wants me to slow down, because we recognize there would be a requirement for new legislation if passed was unconstitutional, that I would certainly defer to the legislature and the leaders of the state, and I would wait. So at this point, I have been asked to wait.
What do you expect the tax rate to be?
The Assembly bill and the Senate bill are being worked on now, so they match up. But I would anticipate you're going to see the brick and mortar rate stay at the 8%, and I would anticipate you'll see the tax rate for the online component most likely at the 15% plus the CRDA tax on top of that.
You already talked about where we are now, William Hill Sports Bar, but this is your sports book's going to be much bigger than that. And if you would, I'd like you to take me out and show me what the plans are for Monmouth Park. If I know you're willing to do that,
I'd be happy to.
We'll do that when Jersey Matters continues. And by the way, at the very end of this show, we're going to be doing a commentary about what Mr. Drazin was talking about a second ago, the far-reaching effects of this ruling. That's when Jersey Matters continues.